Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Connor on Connor's Retribution Analysis. This is round 2 of the Cavalry Caster Only event. And this is the surprise for me of the event. I did not know there was going to be a Trollbloods player here, or I would have. I don't know what I would have done. Maybe played Dawn Guard just because of it out of fear. I was more concerned about the Scorn Beast Brick, although it turned out to be a Savage Brick, which was different and refreshing. There are a couple of things Vyros 2 does not, absolutely not want to see that I have played into that I can confirm through multiple experiences that are very, very uphill battles. Steelhead spam or any unit spam that goes above 40 models. Sentinels specifically. 2 units of Sentinels, no matter what the caster is, pretty much beat Vyros 2. And Troll and Scorn heavy bricks are a little advantaged as long as they have a good caster for them. And specifically, any caster that punishes melee. My most recent version of that was playing into Fiona. I thought about it more, and I really do not like Vyros 2 into Fiona because there's a turn where I almost get nothing done. But in this case, there's a turn where I almost really get nothing done. It's really rough for me because his list threats as far as me, hits very hard and just absolutely rips apart everything. This is Borka 2. Rips apart everything it touches. I cannot take an alpha. I cannot take any form of hitting from them without dying. There's volume of attacks to kill Imperitus. And just in general, the unit of champions require like 2 Griffons and Imperitus to deal with. Manticore just doesn't cut it. Missing some of the attacks and then the tough rolls, and then I need cleanup Griffons, and that's after synergy is built. So it basically takes my whole army to kill a unit of champions in one turn. This has been my experience playing into Borka 2. I think I'm 0-3 into Borka 2, and I've tried all kinds of things. So to make this worse, he gets to go first. And the point of this video for me and this type of game is I would like to talk with you guys and girls about playing into bad matchups and making them work out in your favor. And I don't really know how to do that. What I have found myself doing is try to stretch out the game as long as I can and see if an opportunity presents itself. And that usually means giving them a little bit of a lead on scenario every turn until they eventually beat me on scenario. Because if I give them a little bit of a lead on attrition, I lose my ability to make things happen when I see a play present itself. I also I'm okay with baiting an assassination run in situations like these. These are all things I've tried into the bad matchups I've played in the past to learn from. Like, for example, Ron into Zal 2 or Vyros 2 into Steelhead Spam. Those types of games. So going into this, I'm not really sure what my strategy is. Just delay the game. Try to blunt the alpha. Try and maybe, I've got a forest to work with here. That's a good thing. Maybe try and make it so that I can play around that forest and limit his unit of champions over here from getting into me. So, yep. This is also Storm of the North. And, yeah. He gets up the board. My turn. His threat range pretty much hits right here. So I'm just not going to cross that line. I don't want to take any charges. I'll take some Raider charges. I'm fine with that. But I don't want to take any Bear charges. I don't want to take any Champion charges. I don't want to take any Earthborn charges. I don't want to take any charges from things that are meaningful. So this is where I end up right here. I know for his feat, the stealth is an issue, so my Trident is going to be getting Eyeless Sight each turn. And that's pretty sweet. I mean, the only real turn that matters is his feet, but it also helps for shooting around concealment. So, everything is out of the... He has 1 unit of ambushing bears. This side right here is out of it, and then these battle mages are in it, and they are faced that way. And if he wants to ambush a couple of battle mages, I'm A-okay with it. They'll probably be out of Borka's control range for feet. Sounds good to me. He doesn't, though. So his turn. I'm pretty sure he knows what this matchup is like, because, I mean, he's a really nice guy, and he's in no way, like, aggressive or hostile or anything like that. But you know, like when you're playing poker and you see a nice guy, he's got pocket aces and he's got that confident little, like, just body language. That's what's happening right now. he feels like he's got pocket aces. And he is so he takes all his raiders and he runs them into my face. And then he just gets up the board and positions himself right there. And he pops feet. And he gets everything except for one raider in his feet. And we have this situation right here. So now is the make or break turn that kind of decides how I want to play this game. What I want to do is try and counter feat. I want to try my experience with Trollbloods outside of Madrak 1, and when I've played Borka 2 in the past, anything that is not Madrak 1 that has Tactician, you can jam very easily. They will destroy you very easily, but you can very easily limit what they can actually hit. So my plan is to put a key Griffon right here, and then put a Covering Fire template right here, and then throw out Arcanist as sacrifices. With feet, I can move my models around, so if they kill them and try and overtake to my other models or try and kill them, my key models can escape and use the models that came to kill these models to body block. So this Griffon should kind of stick his line and stick his champions in this area, as well as contest the zone and just be rather annoying. And then over here, I kill the raider that's out of control. My Trident is basically going up and just starts shooting down raiders, and then repos farther forward, and then I pile my army behind my Trident. And the idea with that, and I cannot contest this flag over here that Valka has. I cannot run a battle mage to within 4 of it. There is nowhere I can get, because of this water, where I will not take a free strike, and I can't get in range for Easy Rider. There's a very specific spot that Vyros 2 has to stand, and it is like right there. If I try and stand anywhere behind this house, I will be in kill box, and I will die, or I will lose on scenario. So basically, Vyros 2 either has to be on this side of the house, or he has to be right here. And yeah, that's kind of weird and rough. So Imperitus and some Griffons are stuck behind this Trident. Trident's up there. Vyros 2 is with them. And the idea is that whatever kills the Trident, if he's trying to create a lane open, I can take a Griffon and shove it into the spot and body block so that there's nothing that can come through this passageway. And hopefully my whole army can just sit here in the raiders and be safe. And that's kind of what this looks like. So, his turn. Earthborn comes up, and with a couple help from some raiders and stuff, kills Trident. Imperitus walks up into the party. He is now body blocking because he did not kill his Griffon first, so I'll have more opportunities. Like, I can move this other Griffon up into body block for Imperitus. By putting Imperitus there and having more room to work with, I'm giving myself a possible assassination angle. I'm trying to create an opportunity there, or there's also the possibility of killing both of his heavies in one turn, and then just trying to hard push this left-hand side and just keep feeding this right-hand side, because I need to start scoring. Valka scored on my turn, and he's going to score again probably this other turn. I need to start scoring, or this game is just going to be over eventually. The more points I can score, the longer I can delay the game out, and the more chance of an opportunity I can get. The way it works, this Griffon dies, and a couple of Arcanist dies, but Manticore stays safe, and the Arcanist behind him stays safe, and Manticore is able to step up and contest this zone and flag, so that there's no scoring that happens over here. And with the body blocking I do over here, the objective is safe, and so he scored 1 on that flag. Going the wrong way. We ended up here. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. He flanked some bears off the side. They killed some battle mages. I got some more feed movements. That's about as good as I can hope for. And Manticore, also one of the Griffins that died over here in Arcanist, Manticore did scoot away so that the overtake hit didn't get to him and beat the crap out of him, which was pretty cool. So, this Mauler and this Earthborn are full Fury. And I realized it kind of going into the turn. Borka ended up right here. After Borka popped feet, Borka just sort of ended up there. I'm not sure why Borka ended up there, and that was something we discussed. It was kind of just like he just sort of ended up there. I mean, he's kind of trapped in there because the stones went first to do the strength bonus so they could kill Griffins easier. Valka's sitting here. There's not really very many places for him to go. But anyhow, he ended up there. And he put up Fog of War and did not put up the countercharge spell. So now I'm thinking, assassination. Yeah. Let's do this. My first thought was, let's skew this side. Because if my whole plan was Manticore would go up here, beat on some champions, Imperitus would go and kill those two with help of a Griffin, and then the other Griffins would build synergy, killing raiders and trying to get rid of these bears, or putting, battle mages into bears and stuff like that just to hold them off. And so I could skew this side and start fighting this way and deal with the champions and keep Imperitus alive and just try and keep Imperitus going. That was sort of the plan that I was hoping for. And then the assassination came into sight. So in order for Imperitus to get to Borka, I can't. The problem is there's Valka right here who can countercharge me. I cannot get through this gap with sidesteps without Valka countercharging, getting in my way, potentially not dying, and then screwing everything up. So, Manticore sacrifices movement out of melee of everything, shoots this dude. Vyros 2 charges this dude, and this is Horthol, he's the Dragoon. Vyros 2 charges this guy, kills him, quick work shots, and boosts damage onto Horthol. And then I get 2 Griffins onto him after building up synergy over here. And I dismount him and leave him on a handful of boxes. It was just, the things were not working out. Things were not working out. So, I really wanted to kill him so that Imperitus could charge all the way to Borka and have 5 attacks. That's best case scenario. Also, this guy died. He died to Vyros 2, that's right. So, change of plans. It's still worth going for it. He has 18 boxes, and there's still a decent chance Imperitus kills him with 3 attacks, and he'll be on fire. So, let's do it. Imperitus, in order for that to happen, though, Imperitus has to pass a tough check. I think this is still my best odds of play. I've invested so much that it's no longer feasible for me to remove both of these heavies reliably, and one heavy will just murderize Imperitus, and murderize him enough that champions will finish him off the rest of the way. And Manticore shot instead of beating on things, and I'm committed to this plan at this point. Imperitus walks up, smacks the Dragoon. Dragoon doesn't tough. That was the prerequisite for this whole assassination run, because I need all my sidesteps to get there. So I sidestep just a little bit forward. It's only about half an inch forward so that I'm just barely within range of Borka. And that half inch is just out of range of Valka for the countercharge. And then Imperitus smacks this dude right here. He kerplodes, and I sidestep right to Borka. I get countercharged by Valka, so Valka's no longer on that flag to score it. And Imperitus starts beating on Borka. And the damage rolls weren't horrible, but they were all a little bit under average. Average is if I hit, I need 3s to hit, so that's really reliable. And then it's dice plus 2 on my first hit, and he has 18 boxes. And then on the hits after that, it's straight dice. So I'm averaging 9 plus 14. I'm averaging, math is hard. Why does math have to be so hard? I'm averaging 23 damage. I need 18 damage to kill him. And then there's also fire. I'm a little bit under on every single roll, and he's alive on 1 box. Whew! Adrenaline moment. And I have nothing left. There's nothing left in the tank. There's nothing left to shoot Borka. There's nothing left to do anything. So, you know what, though? This isn't the end of the world. He still has to deal with Imperitus. I still have tools. Imperitus is still right on top of frickin' Borka. And even better, both these guys are probably going to frenzy. Since he has all his fury still on Borka and couldn't dump it all. So that's, yeah. Oh, I forgot to take the picture of Imperitus. Oh, no, wait, I went the wrong way. Yeah, we're right here. So, that's pretty much what happens. The fire does not go off. I do not roll the 9 I need to kill him on the fire roll. Womp womp. That'd be cool. I thought fire was going to be a lot more exciting than it really was. But he's an armor 20 stud on a bear. Yep. These two frenzy into the Griffon or each other. Bears beat up some stuff over here. Champions leave Manticore on 1 box, and champions kill this Griffon, and Imperitus dies eventually to the bear, and then the bear repos away. Between champions and Borka and random things, they do get Imperitus killed all the way to death, which is very, very unfortunate. But, I mean, it's just kind of what happens. The champions have the damage, the hit, accuracy, and the number of volume of attacks required to kill Imperitus. Yep. So, Manticore still being alive on 1 box is huge because this Fellcaller champion had to come over and kill Imperitus. Instead, if the Fellcaller had run to the flag and Manticore had died, the score was 3-0. He would have scored 5 points right there, and score was 2-0. He could have just put Borka on this flag, and he would have scored 3 points and just won, just like that. Manticore living on 1 box was huge. I don't know if he saw it, but it was something I was really sweating over and worrying about. So yeah, we end up with a board stay like this. Borka's way over here. Valka's back on the flag, scoring, bringing the score to 4-0. And it's really bad for me because I have like 3 Griffons left. I have 2 heavies, and I got Vyros 2, and I got a 1 box Manticore with nothing to repair it anywhere near range. So it looks really bad, but it's not actually that bad because you see, this heavy over here is out of Borka's control range because Troll Moses is over on the flag and not within 5 inches of him to give him the extended control range. He didn't realize it, but I realized it. So all I have to do with all 3 of these Griffons is kill this Earthborn, and then Vyros 2 can walk up and put 2 fully boosted shots into Borka. So Vyros 2 gets out of sight. Manticore builds synergy by boosting to hit, because this last box was Cortex. Boosting to hit a bear. Hits the bear. Thank goodness I rolled the 6 I needed. These Griffons get fully loaded with my Arcanist. And I think they kill the Earthborn with like 1 box to spare or something like that. It was really close. Really tight. And yeah, really tight. I mean, it probably would have been fine. I have 2 fully boosted shots from Vyros 2. So a little bit of over damage might have splashed onto the Earthborn, and Borka 2 probably still would have died. But if the Earthborn was on like 4 boxes, I don't think Borka 2 dies on average dice. He's just that type of annoying tanky. So there is only 1 spot where Vyros 2 can stand, and I spend about 5 minutes of my clock just trying to find this stinking spot because how the bears are situated in Vyros 2's 2-inch reach, I can't kill my objective, unfortunately. If I stand over here, I will be engaged to the bear. And if I'm not engaged to the bear, I can't see Borka because I don't ignore line of sight. I just ignore intervening models. So I can't stand over here because then I'll be engaged to these champions. What I end up finding is that there is a spot after looking at it very carefully, this was not something I planned about. I started getting really worried that all this planning was for nothing. I couldn't stand anywhere over here because then I'd be engaged to some of these guys. No matter how I spun myself, I'd see Borka. So I found a spot right here where I'm facing just like this, and my 2-inch reach doesn't quite catch anyone, but I can see Borka. And that's the spot. That's where I stand. It's 10 inches away. Vyros 2 walks up to the party, pulls out a sword cannon, takes the boosted shotgun shot at Borka, hits, roll damage. I roll an 8. That was the exact damage. That was exactly to meet his armor. He's an armor 20 understone. I'm a POW 12. My opponent feels pretty good. I was like, wait, I got to reload. So I buy my reload. I boost a hit. I hit, and then I boost damage, and I rolled like a 10, I think, and I killed him by 2 boxes or something, or I killed him with 1 extra box. Maybe it was an exact damage roll. I can't remember. He goes to roll the tough roll. He doesn't tough. Oh, what a nail biter. Really feel like I'm robbing. I robbed the game here. I would like to have seen what would have. This is the best I've ever played into Borka 2. I think my strategy of trying to crush this left-hand side and jam the champions might have actually been valid. I don't know how good it would have been. It would depend on if I can get Imperitus and Griffons into the champions later. These bears over here would have done a lot of work on my Griffons. I would have lost my synergy stack by quite a bit. Also, I might not have killed both heavies. There's a lot of ifs, but there is also potential. And that potential excited me because maybe I'm making headway onto beating this matchup that has been so miserable for me to play into in the past. I think I'm 1-3 now after this game into Borka 2, and that feels kind of good. This is a very kind of hollow victory since my army's been mopped off the table and he's just running the table. If I didn't kill him there, he would have scored that scenario on my turn and won just automatically right then and there. I mean, it's yeah. It was a real nail biter, really close, but it felt pretty good for me to get the victory, and I think it kind of bummed my opponent out because he was pretty pumped for this game. Like he was ready to crush me. Yeah, but it was really fun, really great opponent, and thank you guys and gals for watching. And this has been Connor on Connor's Retribution Analysis. Let me know what you think. Please let me know if you have any ideas for playing into bad matchups. And I know it's probably matchup dependent, but if you got any general ideas, it's appreciated. Thank you.